That's the one I have.
That's the last picture that was ever taken of her. 36 years old.
I was 35 when I had my son. She was the dearest kid.
Yeah.
And that's with no makeup.
How was your reception with Stephanie and the DA? Did it go over well, or was that the first time you met her in the courtroom, or did you meet her before?
That's the first time I met her in the courtroom, but we had words over the telephone.
Yeah, I know you did. That was before she took office, but
Yeah.
that's when she was thinking about breaking up the Hugo team.
Yeah. And then I asked her after the hearing was over with, I asked her, I said, well, how come you're not trying this trial? And I know she's never tried a capital murder case in her life.
Yeah.
And she said, well, you wanted the original team kept together, and I kept your team together. And I just looked at her like, no. And I pointed to Sam. Well, he's the best I have, too. And I thought to myself, all right, if you think so, we'll see.
Lisa, all right, let's start. What were you expecting today when you walked into the courtroom?
I was expecting April 23rd to go to trial. I didn't think he'd give him 5 months leeway.
I know that the one hearing where you stood up, and the previous judge, did you have that impulse to stand up again?
No, not today.
No? Okay. You still have confidence with the change of the district attorney and with a few members of the district attorney's team staying on board with the addition of Sam? Do you still have confidence with the district attorney's office here?
I have confidence in Jarrett, Mike, and Gary. Yes, Gary especially. And Gary's partner,
Trooper Sackman.
yeah, today's his last day. He
Yes.
retired,
Mhm.
so I'm going to miss him. He was very good. But he'll be there at the trial because he'll have to testify and stuff. So at least I'll get to see him then. But
Lisa, again, you heard what Hugo's lawyers requested, Attorney Santini. I'm asking for a continuance again because she needs time to prepare. And you heard Attorney Melnick's response to that. The district attorneys objected to the postponement again. Do you feel Hugo's receiving the benefit of all these delays?
yeah, I do. It's like the victims have no rights, but he has all the rights in the world. And that's not right. I mean, it's like I've said right along, if you want to commit murder, do it in Luzerne County because you can get away with it. And I said that today in court, and I'm sure the judge heard me because that's when he hit his gavel. But it's true, basically. I mean, look at all the cases that have went before ours from the time they were murdered until 2010 and 11. I mean, my God. I mean, you and I both know, Ed, that we did research, and there's been so many cases before this where this should have been done and over with at least 5 years ago, if not more.
I know this is Lisa's interview, but I'd like to say something too. I think they're playing politics.
From the judge or from the Hugo's lawyers or from the district attorney's office?
Hugo's lawyers and the district attorney's office.
Lisa, over the years, and I'm going to check this later on this afternoon, see how many times this trial has been delayed. Do you have any idea how many times? It's just been too many, you lost count. Has it gotten to that point yet with you?
I wish I had my purple book with me and I could tell you.
No.
I've had every note of every conference hearing that we've had, and every time there's been a delay.
Which have been several.
You check and I'll give you an estimate. I'm going to say probably about say about 8.
Yeah, that's my guess. But you know, I'm going to confirm that with the worst case.
And then counting today would be 9. See how far up I am.
Okay, again, Lisa, for how many years this case has dragged on through the Luzerne County court system, and this is the 5th judge that has been assigned. What is your impressions of Judge Marantoni?
Well, this is the first time I saw him. I mean, so, but he seems like he wants to do this, do it fairly, do it quickly, and get it over with. And that was my impression today. He's not going to take no bull, so to speak.
How would you characterize, again, this is the first time you saw Judge Marantoni, but with all the other judges from other pretrial hearings, do you think this judge will be objective and fair for both sides, as they should be?
I think so. I do believe so.
I think it should be tried in another county.
I was going to ask you. In fact, yeah, I'll ask you now, Lisa. You know, you and I spoke about this a few times when you brought it up, about how to move the trial from Luzerne County and have it in another county. Again, with another delay here, are you still interested or going to be pursuing that issue? Or?
I still have a few surprises up my sleeve. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just say, remember when President Judge Conahan assigned Peter Paul Olszewski Jr. to our case? What happened then?
Yes. I remember like it was yesterday.
Well, now that we have this delay, do you know what's going to happen? But it's going to be bigger.
Okay.
a lot bigger.
You know,
And I'm thinking about buying a house up here to be with Lisa.
for the trial or from now up until the trial?
For good.
Oh, for good, okay.
See, I miss my family. And I want to help Lisa get closure through. This has been going on too long. And I got mad at the courthouse and I mouthed off.
This morning? Yeah,
Well, there were still 2 reporters in there.
inside the courtroom.
Mm-hmm. And they were just a-writing. And Gary's like, come on.
Did you direct your comments to the judge or?
No,
No.
Okay,
I wanted to see the judge.
yeah. Is this the first hearing that you with Tammy?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to be with Lisa to support her.
Yeah.
Because she needs all the support she can get.
Oh, Ed knows.
It's, again, I mean, it's, with all the delays, I mean, or you and your family haven't found closure. I know you and I talked about your dad, and you know, he's hanging on just for this trial.
He's getting a little better now. He's
Is it good?
walking.
Okay.
He's got a walker and he's walking a little bit each day. And but he just got out of the hospital here not too long ago. We had a little bit of a scare, but
Yeah.
he's doing a lot better. He's walking and he's getting there. But I don't think he's going to be too happy when Sandy tells him the news today.
Yeah, I saw her walking report.
But it's just, it's overwhelming with all these delays and stuff. And while all the lawyers were up there talking to the judge, and Stephanie was sitting right there in front of me, I said, I guess you know who rules the roost in this courthouse. And I don't care if she heard me or not. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, he plays the system. He played it before the election when he wanted to be his own attorney. And then all of a sudden, when Jackie lost and Stephanie won, he wanted legal representation. Now, what's that tell you? I know him and Jackie didn't get along, but big deal. You take what you can get. Jackie was good at her job. And to be honest, I would rather have Jackie there.
Yeah. Lisa, when you heard the news that Jackie Carroll, the former district attorney, lost in the election,
Oh, I was devastated. I was devastated.
And mad.
And mad. I wanted her to win so badly because I knew Hugo hated her. Hated her.
do you feel Jackie was committed
Yes.
to this case?
Yes. I mean, she went to Harrisburg, pled our cases. I mean, she did more than Dave Lucas ever did. And I don't care if you write that or not. As far as I'm concerned.
Okay. And I believe, if I recall, you said Jackie made a promise to you and your family that she would see this case through.
That she made a promise to me because I knew there was 4 open judges' seats that she would not run for judge because she would not give him the satisfaction. That's why she ran for DA again. And that's what made it so heartbreaking for me that she lost. Because I wanted her to win so badly.
And it was after the election, and we never talked about this, when some information came out of the courthouse after the election that the district attorney-elect, who's now the district attorney, wanted to shake up the Hugo prosecution team. Can you tell me what was going through your mind then when you heard that information?
Yeah. I called her on the phone. I found out her number and stuff. And we talked. And I told her that if she got rid of our team that has worked on this case for over 8 years, that I would not testify. And I would make sure that they could not find me to subpoena me.
Did you tell the new district attorney that?
Yes, I did. On the phone.
She did, because I was there when she told her.
You heard your conversation?
They're the best people that I've ever worked with in a courthouse on a case that has devoted their personal time, their entire life just about, their families, everything to a case.
You were talking about Attorney Nolan, Attorney Ferrantino,
Yes, and Gary Capitano.
Detective Capitano.
Yes, especially Gary Capitano. He has worked on this case for almost 9 years himself. The others about 5, 6.
They said it's coming up on 10 years since your sister was killed. Can you tell me a little bit more about your memorial service that you're going to be holding?
It's going to be like a celebration of her life more than a memorial service. I'm going to have candles and her favorite rose, which was yellow, and her friends and family.
I believe you said that you're going to be releasing balloons in honor.
I'm going to try to get enough balloons, yes. And have everybody just let one go up in the air. And if they want to write a note and attach it to it and see where it goes, then that's fine.
And 10 years, 9 years when they found the bodies.
June 5th.
June 5th of 2003.
Yep. On a Friday.
Yes, right. And it's come up on 9 years. How can you fathom why it's taken this so long? I mean, you said earlier that you couldn't believe this has gone on for this long. But, I mean, do you blame one specific person, or do you blame the system itself?
I think mainly it has to do with the corruption that's went on in that courthouse, for one. Hugo using the system the way he has. Because he's not stupid. He knows what he's doing. And I've watched him over all these years. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Think he's toying with the system?
Yes.
about when the bodies were found, when Tammy was found? Do you think mistakes were made during that initial investigation, those first early months?
Oh, yes. The Wyoming County District Attorney at that time, George Skamanik.
What I'm trying to get at is, if mistakes weren't made, you wouldn't be sitting here right now. You and your family would have had closure by now.
Yes.
But do you think something happened back then by a previous district attorney? Maybe you would have had closure by now?
I do believe so. Yeah. I mean, you had the Wyoming County DA involved, you had the Wyoming County State Police involved, you had the Shiksheni State Police involved when we filed the missing persons report. Then it took them, 36 days or something like that to even search his house. I mean, God, even on TV it only takes 48 hours.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yes.
Leaving the courtroom this morning, I mean, if you had a one-on-one with the judge, can you tell me what you would tell him? What you would say to him?
Yeah, why September? Why not June, July? Why give them 5 months?
I believe Hugo's lawyers were asking for the trial for next year.
Yeah, 2013.
I think the judge made a compromise between the two parties to have it in the middle of that time frame.
It would have depended on what month he would have picked in 2013. Then I might have stood up.